Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. We have just moved into our farmhouse that we were renovating for a few months. It's been a while since I've been on. I hate that I've kind of just dropped off for a while, but I really wanted to take time and just focus on our family and trying to get our home situated. And we were really trying to get into our house before Christmas. Which we didn't technically get in before Christmas. We actually spent our first night here Christmas night, sorry. So yeah, we're in here. There's still things to be done. I feel like that's always kind of a thing when you have a house or anywhere that you live. There's always things that you want to finish and to just change and make tweaks to, and so that's what we're doing. This channel it has grown from different topics and things, and I want to like focus more on like I used to, just organizing and maybe Dollar Tree hauls, thrift hauls, fixing up our farmhouse, because like I said, we're still not done. Day in the lives, and then homesteading. Like, we're trying our best to like do farming. We've got goats still. We've still got several chickens. And we're just trying to grow our farm and to learn. So hopefully through this channel I can help teach you something, and you can teach us something as well. I've actually started some sourdough starter, that's behind me, and I've been working on that really hard, so I would like to share a lot of that with you. So if any of that interests you, just make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything, and hopefully we can get back in a groove of things and we can start sharing more of what's going on around the farm. What I wanted to share with you today is just what we've got going on. So it may be more like a vlog type style video. Because I just want to show you a few things. Like, I'm not going to do like a house tour, but I will share a few spaces. Like, this is the dining room behind me, but you can see like up here, we've got trim that still needs to be painted, which is totally fine. The deck behind me, which it's kind of hard to see that with the lighting. And then the kitchen, which is nowhere near finished. But I want to share our sourdough starter. It is looking, I don't know, I'm not sure. I feel like it looks good, but I don't know. You can let me know. Give me all of your like best sourdough tips down below if you have any, or if you're ready to start one. I'll try to link the girl that I've been following. It's Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone. I'm sure y'all probably heard of her because she is awesome. But that's who I kind of learned from and am learning from. And I've got a mess in my refrigerator from it. But that's my sourdough discard. And then this is the sourdough starter, I guess is what you would technically call it. And right now, I've got some cinnamon rolls kind of fermenting is what it's called. And it's supposed to be dry. I know it looks kind of weird, but none of the really wet ingredients have been added to that yet. We've actually already made that recipe and it was phenomenal. And then I've got some sourdough chocolate chip muffins that we just made. We've made sourdough croutons. I have used so many of her recipes already, and I'm like, oh, I'm in love. Let me show you really quickly. She has let me put you down and I'm going to show you. She's amazing. I have like quickly fell in love with her channel. This is like my favorite channel right now to watch. And it's called Farmhouse Favorite Sourdough Recipes, Farmhouse on Boone. This was free. I just used a binder that we already had. And then it just tells you exactly how to make the sourdough starter, how to maintain it. Because I was so scared. Like, I was so nervous to try to make a sourdough starter because most places that I read and like blogs and stuff that I saw, or like anything like YouTube videos, made it seem so scary. And it hasn't been. It has been so fun. I'm not a baker. I'm not a cook. I don't like, or I didn't like doing those things, but I have had so much fun making cinnamon rolls and biscuits and bread and pancakes and waffles and just I mean, I could go on and on. And this has only been within the span of maybe a month. Now, my first loaves of bread that I tried, and I'll put some pictures up while I'm talking of some of the stuff that I've made if I can find any. Or I may just share some of her recipes because like I said, hers are what I've been using and they have been so good. I think there's like, I wanted to say 70, but that might not be correct. But I know that there is a ton of recipes in here. And then something else that I've done, when I found new recipes that I liked, because we tried these as well, egg-free brownies, and I kind of tweaked this one. It's not really a sourdough recipe, but I tweaked it and made sourdough brownies out of it. So I went ahead and printed this recipe off, and this one is from a different lady, and it doesn't say her name on here. Yes, it does. Mommy's Cookbook. But I just go ahead and add, there's Lisa. I'm sure y'all have heard of her. If you like sourdough at all and you've never heard of her, you're totally missing out. She's awesome. But yeah, I'll just add those recipes to this book, sourdough recipes to this book. I actually want to get another binder and do that with other recipes that that I try as well that are not sourdough. All right, so that was my little rant, not really rant. That was my little spiel on how we're doing with our sourdough. I also wanted to do a little bit of cleaning in this video and maybe a little bit of organizing. So why don't we jump into doing that? So of course, right after I get done getting the kitchen semi-wiped down, I forgot to wipe the stove down, but it's not that bad, so it can wait till after dinner. My girls come in and they want a bento box. So I'm gonna go ahead and film myself doing that, and then we'll jump into this cabinet over here is the one that I'm wanting to kind of reorganize. It's not gonna be big, but I think the swap that I'm gonna make is gonna make that cabinet and stuff and that drawer right there function a little bit better. But first, let's jump into making the kids' bento boxes. These are not technically a bento box, I don't guess, but that's what they call them. It's Sistema is the brand. I mean, I think we got these from like Walmart, and they're all like mixed up. Whoops, that was loud. We lost the pink thing to go to this one, so now it has a green one, but whatever, they don't care. I don't usually plan these. Sometimes I plan them, like I'll plan to do them and then I'll make sure to like get certain things from the grocery store. But most of the time when I do these, I like to use up things that are already in the pantry and just kind of see what I can come up with. So today's the first day of sorry, I just lost my train of thought. The first day of February, so let's go with like a heart theme, or try to, and see kind of where that takes us. got done fixing the girls' bento boxes. These are the things that I didn't use. I didn't use these little trays. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's one good thing about them. So those are just gonna sit out until I wash their bento boxes or the boxes and then put those back in it. And then I'm heating up, we had chicken finger like sandwiches last night. These are real chicken fingers, so I'm not gonna eat those, but I have my vegan chicken patty and our leftover potato wedges in the oven. And then I've got our sourdough croutons that we made and some lettuce that we had left over, which I have more in the fridge if that's not enough. It doesn't sound like a lot. Normally I would have like tomatoes and onions and all that stuff, but I just don't have any right now. Well, I have onions, but I just don't really feel like cutting any up. And I have plans for those to go in another dish that we're gonna be doing. I also, that makes me think, I also have plans for doing like some meal prep and like some meal planning and anything that's gonna help me get organized, and I want to share it with you guys. So that's some more things that I will be sharing on this channel. But anyway, let's take a quick look at this cabinet and drawer that I'm wanting to organize. It's not bad. I've got a little tray back here that's got our straws and then our straw cleaner and then some like organic greens and some immune defense, which I put in our smoothies a lot. And then we've got our, this actually goes to the dishwasher, but I've got our parts to our blender. And then down here in this, I have our vitamins, which is a weird place because the rest of our medicine is not over here. But this is the only place that I can find to put it. So it may stay here and it may not. And then I've got our blender, and then I've got our waffle maker in the back, and then all of the tops and stuff to our cups, which also doesn't really, it works, but it's just, not that it's a hassle to open a cabinet. But I just want it to be a little bit easier and just flow a little bit better. Sorry if you can hear all of that noise. That's the dryer. The girls are doing laundry. But I just want it to flow a little bit better. And so I think I'm going to kind of move some stuff around. I'm not going to spend any money on this. There's no point. I have tons of bins and baskets lying around my house. And so we're going to use those and see what we can come up with. So let's go do that. All right, so everybody knows the first rule to organizing, and that is to pull out everything from the space that you're going to be organizing. So I'm just going to pull everything out, and we use this blender a lot, several times a week for sure. So it does need to kind of stay at the forefront of this cabinet, and that is another thing, which to me seems obvious, but it may, I mean, I don't know. It may be obvious to everyone, but just keeping what you use on a daily basis easier access. Keeping those things in the forefront, and in your main drawers and your main cabinets, keeping those closer. And then things that you don't use as much, put those towards the backs of your cabinets and up higher. Things that you only use, you know, a few times a year or once a month or something like that. So I'm just going to continue to pull this stuff out and see what we can do with it. All right, so the next step that I would normally tell you to do would be to declutter and get rid of things that you don't need or want. But before we moved into the farmhouse, sorry, I feel like it must be my hair tickling my neck. Before we moved into the farmhouse, I really done like a deep clean. Plus we already lived in the RV, and so it was not that hard because we were moving from such a small space back into a larger space. So we actually had to purchase things like this blender. I actually got this for Christmas because my other one broke. But anyway, so if you have anything that you're not using or that you want to get rid of or that's broken, I would go ahead and get rid of that stuff. Like I said, I don't have anything like that, but I do have some dishwasher parts that were shoved in here. I'm going to put all of this in a Ziploc bag and put it with my husband's tools because I really don't know what he needs to do with this. So I'm just gonna put it away so I don't lose anything and get this out of the way because it's taking up precious space inside of our drawer. I'm also gonna add in really quickly to make sure that when you do something like this that you are labeling what you're putting in there. I know for myself, and I just wrote dishwasher parts. For myself, my memory is horrible. But I still trick myself. I'll say, oh, I'll remember that, I'll remember. And then a day or two later, maybe even the same day, I'll be like, what was that supposed to be for? And I don't remember. So just quickly jot it down. Won't take you but a second. Grab you a Sharpie. This is actually a freezer bag, but this is the only bags that I have, so it's gonna work for now. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna do is probably play with the placement of everything. And see what I like best. I think that I have an idea of moving these. First of all, I want to find another space for this, so I may just set this to the side, and it may end up back over here because that just seems like the best place for it because we don't have a whole lot of room in our kitchen to put things. I might be able to show you our medicine cabinet, if you will, if I decide to move that. But anyway, so what I'm going to do now is probably find a way to organize the tops because we use these a lot more than we use our smoothie cups. And remember, we're trying to put what we use most in the most convenient spot. And that's not just being lazy, that's just being efficient, and it helps for family members to be able to know where things go. If it's easy to put back, then for me and for my family, it will be put back a lot better, I guess you could say, instead of just shoved somewhere because they don't know where it goes. If they know, oh, it's easy, these are right here, and they can go and grab it or they can put it back, then things tend to get put back where they go more often than if it doesn't really have a place or we're kind of iffy on, well, some of them go here, some of them go there, and then things are all over the place. You can't find things when you need them, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to make myself some coffee and I'm going to finish fixing my salad. All I'm going to do is I already brewed this. I like cold coffee, so I brewed it earlier. You saw that a little bit earlier. You're probably wondering, like, when did you drink your coffee? But I like cold coffee. So my husband actually bought some coffee that he didn't like, and he brewed himself a cup, and he sipped it, didn't like it. He tried to drink it, and he just couldn't. So I froze it into ice cubes, or to coffee cubes, and I put a few in here. So now this is basically to room temperature. So I'm just going to add some more ice and pour me some oat milk over top of it, and I might add a little bit of honey into it. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have that little drink and have my salad from our leftover food from last night. I hope that you found this video useful. I hope you found it entertaining. If anything that I've mentioned before, like I said earlier in the intro, interests you, then I really hope that you decide to stay. I would love to have you here. I really like filming videos, and I hope that you stick around to see more of them. Bye.